Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins. We're experts at AI coaching and helping professionals like you and your employees upskill in AI. Today, we are examining the details of a proposed legislative framework for AI here in the United States. Our analysis is based on an article by Rebecca Bellin for TechCrunch titled "Trump's AI Framework Targets State Laws, Shifts Child Safety Burden to Parents," which was published on March 20th, 2026. To properly unpack this, we'll approach the proposal in 5 key parts. We'll start with the new national framework itself, then look at the push for federal control, its core tenets of growth and safety, the reactions from key stakeholders, and finally, consider the future of AI regulation in the U.S. So, let's begin with the fundamental goal of this framework. It's really about creating a single, uniform AI policy for the entire country, in an effort to unify what has become a very divided regulatory landscape. Now, as Rebecca Bellin's reporting clarifies, this framework didn't just appear out of nowhere. It's actually the culmination of a process that started 3 months prior with an executive order. That order directed the Commerce Department to identify what the administration termed onerous state AI laws, which really set the stage for the centralized proposal we're seeing today. So, how exactly does the administration plan to create this kind of uniformity? Well, the central mechanism here is a legal principle known as federal preemption. At its core, federal preemption means that a federal law would override and effectively replace individual state laws covering the same topic. In this case, a national AI law would supersede any and all state-level AI regulations, both current and future. The administration's official rationale, as quoted in the article, is that having one single standard is absolutely essential for national competitiveness. The argument is that a patchwork of 50 different regulatory environments only serves to stifle innovation. The framework does attempt to draw a line in the sand. It reserves the regulation of AI development for Washington, primarily citing national security. Meanwhile, states would keep their authority in more narrow areas, like general fraud and how their own state governments use AI. But what's really crucial here, and a major point of discussion, is the inclusion of a liability shield, which protects AI developers from legal action when a third party misuses their models. Okay, let's move on to the guiding philosophy of the framework, including its specific policy positions, as detailed in Bellin's reporting. The proposal's approach is very pro-growth, often described as light-touch regulation. Bellin notes that this philosophy is championed by figures within the administration known as accelerationists, who really prioritize rapid technological progress with as few regulatory hurdles as possible. And when you look at the specifics, you can really see this hands-off approach in action. On child safety, the emphasis is on parental tools, not platform accountability. On copyright, it leans heavily on the idea of fair use. And when it comes to free speech, the focus is squarely on preventing government censorship of AI. This brings us to a critical point from Bellin's report, the notable shift in responsibility for child safety. Rather than placing the onus on tech platforms to create safer environments, the framework suggests providing parents with more tools, which effectively places the primary burden of oversight directly onto them. As you might expect, a proposal this significant has generated some very strong and divergent reactions, which the TechCrunch article documents quite well. Rebecca Bellin lays out a clear divide. You have critics like Brendan Steinhauser, who see this as a way to shield big tech companies from accountability. Then you have supporters like Teresa Carlson, who argue this is exactly what's needed to give startups a clear, predictable legal landscape so they can innovate. And beyond that, policy experts like Samir Jain are pointing to what they see as some potential internal contradictions. He notes that while the framework argues against government coercion of AI companies, other executive orders from the administration appear to do just that, creating a somewhat conflicting message. So, if we step back, what are the broader implications of this proposed shift in how we govern AI? Well, the framework would undoubtedly centralize AI policy in Washington. This would significantly limit the role of states, which have often served as sandboxes of democracy, by experimenting with new regulations. And as Bellin highlights, some key elements you might expect, like clear liability rules or independent oversight, seem to be missing from the proposal entirely. And this really leaves us with the critical question at the heart of this whole debate. What is the right balance? Will a single national standard truly accelerate American innovation? Or will it end up sidelining crucial safety conversations that have traditionally begun at the state level? Thank you for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you like these videos, use the QR code at the beginning of this video to buy us a coffee or hire us to coach you or your employees in AI. We recommend you subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel, and please like, comment, and share to help us reach a wider audience.